Today I have a trade breakdown video for you guys. I will take you through the trades that I took yesterday and I'll also take you through the trades that I took today. Today I'm still in 2 open positions, so I will take you through that. Without further ado, let's get into it. So yesterday I took 2 positions, one on Euro USD and one on GBP USD. So the first one, maybe you saw it already, was there on Euro USD. It was a long position. So what made me decide on this long position? Last week I had a losing week, and basically I had this losing week because I was trying to predict the rollover, the turnaround point, the end of the pullback, and that is something that left a bit of sour taste in my mouth. So I was like, okay, what am I doing wrong? I was reviewing my journals, I was reviewing everything, and that is basically what came out of it, is that I tried to predict the turnaround, the rollover. And that is a mistake a lot of traders make, and not only beginning traders, also experienced traders like me right now. I was like, okay, new plan. Let me just trade with the trend this week and not try to predict a rollover. Very contradicting to what I did today, but I will get to that later in the video. So for the people that remember, last month I took this position short from here. Can't remember if I made a video about this. I think I did. Yeah, I made a video about this. And a lot of people were like, okay, but the daily shifted his directions. We took out a high, we made a higher high, we made a higher low, so we are going bullish, right? I was like, yes, we are going bullish eventually, but we will also have that pullback first because we took out a previous high. So that was what this trade was about. Then I haven't basically given much thought of it, to be honest. And now looking back at it, I was like, oh, bro, I was so stupid shorting EU last week. Because the daily is just showing me that it is going bullish. Why am I going against that? So yeah, that was the reasoning behind taking a long position yesterday. And then I go to the 1 hour to show you what I did. So I always start with my top-down analysis. I start with my daily, start with my 4 hour, my 1 hour. And as you can see on the 4 hour, it is just flying upwards and upwards and upwards. And then I saw this on the daily, and I saw a daily fair value gap right here. This is a gray box, a daily fair value gap. So whenever I'm taking a bullish position or whenever I'm taking a bearish position, I'm always looking for a point of interest area in the market where price could be heading to. And for my bullish position, I thought, okay, price could be heading to this daily fair value gap right here. So we were not far off yesterday. And then this was the price action right here. So this was around London Open for me. And for me, it is 9 a.m. in the morning. And we had a very, very bullish push upwards. So I was like, okay, this is promising. As we are following the trend, we were very bullish. An Asian session, and London looks like it is going to give us a continuation of that. So what did I do? I went to the 5 minutes of this 15-minute impulse. There was a 5-minute fair value gap. There was my entry. My stops were underneath the low, and it targeted at 2.8, and that was the exit right here. Now, what did I do? I did do 2 things. So my management tells me that whenever I'm above a 1.5, I need to put my stops on break even. And whenever I hit a 2R, I need to take 50% off. So obviously I took that 50% off at 2R. But if you are watching closely and if you are paying attention, you could see that I would be stopped out if I would follow my rules correctly. So what did I do? I did put my stop loss on break even around here, because as you can see, this is already over 1.5R. But then I was like, okay, I see prices pulling back a little bit. Where could it be pulling back to? Probably to buy entry point, somewhere around here, because this is 61.8, 70.5. It is very close to my entry point to be pulling back to. So what did I do? I put my stop loss on 17.5. So that was around here. And to be completely honest, first of all, I put it on 18. But I was like, okay, 18, for some reason I had this feeling that spreads would take me out, so I put it on 17.5, and I'm glad I did, because spreads would have taken me out right here. So yeah, it was a bit of a gut feeling, but I was following my plan. I just give it a little bit more room, as on break even I would lose 0, and here I would lose like 0.2%, 0.1%, so it was really nothing major. So that was my EU trade. It was a very, very beautiful one. It took some while. It took like 9 hours, but I'm totally fine with that. Then on GU, a little bit later, it was already 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So this was silver bullet session, New York Open, if I'm correctly, yes. And basically the same story. So GU in a very big incline daily wise, as you can see. 4 hour wise, very big incline. 1 hour wise, very big incline. Of course, everything is aligning. Then on the 15 minute, we had this massive impulse at 15:30. So at 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon. So at New York Open, right? And this was basically an entry. I took my entry on the top of the fair value gap, the 15 minutes fair value gap. I put my stops underneath that candle because I was like, okay, if we have a pullback this deep, we will probably take out this low anyway. So why would I give it this much more room? If price comes here, I'm wrong anyway. So I really anticipated the reaction of the fair value gap. And that is why my entry was here, my stop was here. And I just targeted a 1/2. This 1/2 was almost the same as this previous high. So I was very happy with that. And as you can see, after we hit that, we were in a consolidation zone going into agent session and then continuing later today. So these were my 2 trades from yesterday. As I had a losing streak last week, I had to lower my risk, but it was still a very nice return yesterday. I made around 1% with these 2 trades, so I'm very happy with that. And then today, I took 2 positions on euro dollar. So remember I was talking that we go to that daily fair value gap. Today we went there. We went to the daily fair value gap, and on the 15 minutes, we had quite of a good reaction. We had a quite of a reaction down right here. And I have to be completely honest, my first entry was right here, somewhere around here. But then I hit 1.5 hour and I put my stops on break even. As you can see, break even was right here, almost the same entry as this big one right here. And it hit break even. I was like, damn. So I went to the 5 minutes, I went to the 1 minute even to watch it more closely. And as you can see, this was the 5 minute at the time. And the 5 minute was looking very, very bearish again. So I was like, I just know that my analysis is right today, that if we are going short from somewhere, it would be here because of the daily fair value gap, everything like that. This is what I work towards to. So I'm going to give it another chance. So I gave it another chance and I entered right here on this candle right here. My stops above this whole zone because I wanted to give it a lot of room, and this is not even 9 pips. And then I just targeted the previous lows right here, but this was also a 1/2 for this position. Then I went to the 1 minute and I was watching it closely because I was maybe a bit scared that I was taking the wrong decision by re-entering, so I was watching it closely. And then I saw this. I saw price coming in right here, so this is 61.8 of this position, and it gave a very strong reaction again. So I was like, okay, let me scale in. So I did that. I scaled in right here. I entered on a position right here, put my stops above this high, and I took the same target. So this is a position that I'm still in. As you can see, we were very, very close to take profit right here, but I'm not going to cut it short. So I hope that the rollover is done now and we are going to get that continuation lower so that my take profit will be hit. But yeah, my losing streak is officially over now by taking a W yesterday. Hopefully I can continue the W today by taking these 2 trades, and that should put me back on track. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something from this. As you can see, I'm literally taking the same setup over and over and over again. And that is something that you should work towards to. Of course, I have the forex course coming out right now, and this is something that you will be learning constantly. I will also be uploading these trade breakdowns every now and then so that you can also see how I execute them in practice. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye guys.